What's up guys? So if I filmed this video the way I wanted to, you would have already seen an intro, but in case you haven't seen an intro, look who's back. Now we'll get into how this car came back and the whole story on that, because it's actually a cool story. It happened on Simon's birthday, my littlest brother, my youngest brother, and he helped me go and pick this car up, and he actually drove the Cadillac a lot, so that was a lot of fun rolling with Simon in the Cadillac and me in this. But this car is very particular with its cooling system, or its coolant system, and long story short, this video, I think it was a video, we put water in the system when I had to replace the thermostat just to get the car going quickly, and the rest of the season went by. So while I was at Mr. T's getting the transmission work fixed, I suddenly realized, oh shit, there's water in the system and the temperatures are gonna freeze. So while it was there, we drained the coolant, I drained the water and coolant out of it, and then the guys at Mr. T's got it, like put coolant back in it enough so they could test drive it and so that I could get it home. But if you drive it for too long, it's gonna overheat. So today we're gonna rebleed the system and then hopefully take it out for a drive. It's funny though, seeing this thing in here, because when the Cadillac or the Bonneville in here, their front bumper will be just about touching the door, and they'll have from about the fridge to about here worth of free space. But with the Toyota, it's so small. I've got some parts, I'm making more lamps out of this, like this lamp I've got right here. I've got, these are brake rotors off the Altima, springs off the Altima that I've painted. I'm making 2 lamps out of that. These are brake rotors off Pontiac G6 and springs off a Honda Accord. That's gonna be 2 more lamps. And yeah, Celica. If anybody wants a set of TSX rims and tires, let me know. The tires are in very good shape. I am so excited to have this car back, guys. Like September 2021 is when this car started to have transmission problems. And that original really shady shop, Action Driveline, tried to fix it, couldn't fix it, didn't admit to me he couldn't fix it, just said, whatever, I'll try this, took my money, disappeared off the face of the earth. So now after how many, oh my God, we're like well over a year and a half. Hopefully, I've only driven this car home from Mr. T's, but knock on wood, hold up, where I got some of that right here. Hopefully, this car is now at a point where basically all we're gonna do now is we're gonna flush the, or rebleed the coolant system, take it out for a spin, and then this car is going out to sit with the Bonneville for the winter time because it's not going to be driven on the road or driven through the salt in the winter this year. That is going to be the Cadillac's job. The Cadillac is sitting right outside here. So either way, I'm extremely, extremely excited. I've got a big brake kit in my room, like it's literally sitting next to my bed right now for this car. I'm going to order suspension for it over the winter. The GTS-R is going to be, oh my, I am so excited for the 2023 season because this car is going to lay it down again. But let's redo this coolant system here. So I don't know how much you guys are going to be able to see from there, but on most cars, like the Cadillac, so let's use the Cadillac and the Bonneville as an example. Their coolant reservoirs are over kind of up over here, right? Higher than the engine, which is good. Now on the Toyotas, the Celica specifically, the coolant reservoir is right here, lower than the engine. So bleeding these systems, very irritating. Very irritating. It took me like 3.5 hours in my first black Celica. My first Celica, the black one, that was in this video or playlist. And I'm pretty good with these systems now, knock on wood, but let's see how this goes. All right, so if you guys can hear like a humming or ticking in the background, it's my space heater I've got going on over here. But basically, here's our reservoir right here that is too low. So what you gotta do, and this is unorthodox, I know. I've got baseboard, that's all I had. And basically what you do is you have to get it up and kind of seat it like that. This is not how the professionals would do it. They would probably have a tool for this. I don't. This is just what I'm working with here. But it's sitting on the rubber, I'm not touching the bumper, it's sitting up on the intake manifold. Not the best, but whatever. And then it's just sort of bleed it. That's sort of it. Like right now, the mark is, so low, full, we should be at full. We're nowhere near full. So let me go get the coolant here. We're playing in tight quarters in this garage, boys. Now the techs were saying they couldn't get the thermostat to open, which is weird because this car's thermostat is brand new. I think I actually made a video about installing it, and if I didn't, well, I don't know why I didn't. So give me a second, I'm gonna go hit the garage open here, and then we're going to hopefully bleed this thing. Also, before we get going, look at this old school key here. I have my other key that you guys see in most videos. It has the Canada flag tag on it. One of these fobs, but it has a normal modern day looking key. This looks like an old school key. It looks actually like a similar key to when my friend Max had a 1988 Nissan Pulsar. It had a big metal key like this. Sorry, I got the hiccups. We've got it outside now. Coolant is at, oh, it's hard to see, but it's right at the full line. The temperature gauge says it's starting to come out of temp, but we're waiting for the thermostat to open because there's no pressure in that line yet, and there's no pressure at all in this line yet. So I really want that thermostat to open because it's a pain to get to, but it is what it is. The heater's blowing warm. Warmer than the outside air, which is good. Let's try and help it out a little bit here. While we're sitting here waiting though, we'll do a video with all this stuff, sorry, that's upside down. But this is a diagram of all the stuff that failed inside my transmission. These are all the internals of it. The shop gave me pages of this stuff. So I'll have to do some reading and figure out all this. And then this is the invoice that they gave me. Now, because the car had already been there a bunch, they basically, like, it wasn't free, especially for someone fresh out of school, like making very little. It wasn't free, but they really, Mr. Transmission really helped me out. And they haven't paid me a dime to say this, but if you need anything done with your transmission in the Peterborough area, don't do what I did and screw around trying to find the cheapest job first. Just go to them. They know what they're doing, they're professional, they'll be honest with you, just go to them first. Well, I got the coolant bled, temperature's holding steady, but now most of the car's problems that it originally had are gone. But if you're in fifth and you go to put it in fourth, whether you rev match it or just put it in gear, off power or anything, there's a big grind going into fourth. So this car will be going back on Monday. I'll keep you in the loop. Okay guys, so it's been a couple hours since, you know, I got the car out and thought we were going to be out of trouble. And you would have seen a little clip where I was quickly like, the car's having issues, it's going to go back to the shop on, we're Saturday today, it's going to go back on Monday. So I'll have the car, you know, for one weekend, so we're right on for the good track record. But basically, the issue we were having before was when you put it into second gear, it would do this big crunch. And then if you put it in fifth gear, it would do a big crunch and lock you into that gear. And same with sixth, it would crunch and lock you in, or it would lock you out, which when you're going on the highway and fifth and sixth, the only gears you can use, that's a little scary. So now our only issue is we're sitting in fifth. Hopefully the GoPro can pick it up, but it probably won't, is if you downshift. I don't know if it'll pick that up. But now the issues that fifth and sixth were having, fourth's having, which is, there, you can kind of, probably shouldn't be doing that too many times, but that's where we're at now. At this point, I think we're a year and 3.5 months ish from when the car started having transmission problems. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to say other than that. I was gonna have a big cinematic intro planned for this video, because this video was supposed to be, the car's supposed to be back. I was gonna drive it for today and tomorrow and then put it away for the winter. And then come springtime, I've got a big brake kit for it, I'll have suspension for it, and we'll finally finish it and get it down the road. But, I mean, I'm getting pretty sick of titling videos, my transmission's broken again, because there's probably 6 or 7 of them at this point, sadly. But I'll keep you in the loop as much as I can, and that'll be that. Cam's holding the camera, by the way. But, I mean, other than that, like, the car is just fine. Like, to fourth, it grinds, but third's fine, second's fine, and then like first is fine. It's just funny because it's like downshifting in first in any car is weird, but I don't know, we'll see. I'll keep you in the loop. Technical difficulties, I can't find the light. All right, guys, and well, we're back in the garage. And before I wrap this video up, I mean, Cam and I, we took it to the car wash. I didn't film that, but I feel bad for it. The thing's been in a shop for basically a year and a half, in and out of a shop for a year and a half. So we ran it by the car wash just to get some of the dirt off of it. I mean, obviously it needs a lot more of a clean than that, but is what it is for now. And as much as this fourth gear thing is really annoying, and I'm really tired of making videos about the transmission being bad in this car, what I will say right now is that in terms of the transmission behavior, like the clutch engagement, disengagement, just driving in general, I wish I'd videoed Cam saying it because he said it perfectly, but this car used to jitter and vibrate, and it wasn't always the nicest manual to use in terms of operation, probably just because it had so many things going on with it. But apart from the fourth gear issue that we're dealing with right now, and that hopefully is the last thing, I don't even like saying that, but apart from that, the car is driving really, really well. Like engaging every gears except fourth on a downshift, every gear feels good. The clutch engagement feels good. There's nothing vibrating that shouldn't be vibrating. There's no jitters. The car feels a lot more solid in the transmission department. Now we still need suspension, but that's a whole other thing. But in terms of the transmission, the car feels like it's doing really, really well. So today's Saturday night at, I think it's, I don't have a clock in here yet, but it's like 10 o'clock or so. So I'll have it Sunday, and then either Sunday night or early Monday morning, I'll go drop it off again, and Mr. T's will look at it, and we'll see. I mean, trust me, I know you guys are probably bored out of your mind watching my Celica GTS-R transmission has failed, or my Celica GTS-R transmission is fixed. Trust me, I'm just as sick of it as you are. I love this thing. Like, this car honestly is one of my dream cars. The Celica GTS with the 6-speed, with this body kit. Well, I didn't even know I wanted the Wings West kit, to be honest with you. I thought I wanted the TRD kit, but I wouldn't trade this front end for the world in terms of Celicas. Yeah, I mean, I'll keep you guys updated with little videos here and there. Sometimes stuff doesn't work out the way you want it to, you know? You have to kind of play with the cards you're given, and one day at a time. So it is what it is. At least we're not like 2 weeks away from like a big event or the summer season. If that was the case, I'd be really pissed off, but we've got the winter to figure this out. Not do I want to spend the whole winter figuring this out? No. But I'm a little less mad. I'm still mad, but I'm a little more patient now because we've got the off season to figure this thing out, and then hopefully moving forward, we're good. I don't even like saying that. But for those of you that keep watching the videos and keep liking and keep leaving comments and keep encouraging me, I really, really appreciate it, because it's I'm pretty fed up with this car, as I'm sure everybody else is. So if you guys have any suggestions or comments or anything, obviously the comment section is always there at your disposal. The like button, again, always there at your disposal. Dislike button is there too. You know, I don't really want to go there, but you know, such is life. And subscribe. That subscribe button's right in that vicinity too. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me, and I guess this is the point where I say I will see you on the next episode of Scully Productions. Lights out.